What's up, Rochelle? This is T. Got a project Wednesday. Gotta teach determining a graph for a linear and quadratic function in less than 10 minutes. Got suggestions? I got it. All right. So this is what you should do first, T, if I were you. I would give the class a table to fill out, okay? Something like this, okay? Now, the name of your table would be all you need to know about linear and quadratic functions, all right? You got two columns. You want them to know, your class to know, since you're the teacher, what does the function look like, meaning what does the equation look like, what is the parent function, or what is the parent equation, and then what does the graph look like, okay? So it's kind of like you're teaching first, so here's what you'll do. What does the function look like? Let's talk about linear functions. If it's a linear function, keyword, line, you know that the function is going to be a straight line, okay? But you want to know, what does the equation look like? So linear equations look like this. Y equals x is an example. Y equals 3x plus 1 is an example. Another example would be y is equal to 2x minus 5. Now, what do they have in common? Each one of these equations for the x has an exponent of 1. Remember, if you don't see a number, it's understood to be a 1 there, okay? So here's a 1, here's a 1, here's a 1. So the variable x has an exponent of 1. Okay? All right, so I'm going to contrast that with quadratic functions. So let me walk over to my side, do my little walk. Okay? Quadratic function examples would be y is equal to x squared, y is equal to 3x squared minus 3, y is equal to negative 5, x squared plus 4. Okay, what do they have in common? Each one of the variables for x has an exponent of 2. Okay, so quadratic functions have an exponent of 2. I'm just going to write exponent of 2 because it's too much writing. Okay, you with me? Linear, exponent of 1, quadratic, exponent of 2. Let's talk about the parent functions, because everything has a beginning, right? Like our parents had us. So the parent function or parent equation for a linear function is y equals x. The parent function for a quadratic, y equals x squared. Real simple, okay? And then what does the graph look like? Let's talk about the linear function first. We know that's going to be a straight line. However, there's something that determines the straight line. It's a straight line going up if the number in front of the x is positive. So like y equals 3x, 3 is positive, I know my line is going up. Another example, y is equal to 5x plus 5. The number in front of the x is positive, so I know my line is going up, okay? Now, my line can also go down. It goes down if my number in front of the x is negative, okay? So an example would be y is equal to negative x. Y is equal to negative 3x. The number in front of the x is negative 3. And then y is equal to negative 5x plus 5. All of those numbers are negative, so your line is going down. You with me? Okay, so remember, you're the teacher, T. You're the teacher. So you go to the other side, and you're going to talk about the quadratic function. What does the graph of that look like? The graph of a quadratic function actually looks like the letter U. Not T, but U. Okay? So the U is open upward like a smiley face if the number in front of the x is positive. So examples would be y is equal to 3x squared, y is equal to x squared, or y is equal to 5x squared plus 5. The numbers in front of the x are positive, so we know that it's a U smiley face going up, okay? Now, likewise, it can go down. My U can go down, which means I'm sad. My U is down if the x in front of the number in front of my x is negative. So examples would be y is equal to negative 3x squared, y is equal to negative x squared, and y is equal to 5x squared plus 5. I'm sorry, it should be negative. Now you probably say, where am I getting these equations from? Probably from the top of my head, because I know they work, okay? One thing to keep in mind, if you don't see a number in front of the x, it's understood to be a 1 there. Okay? So, T, this is the first thing that you should do. Make sure you have your class to write everything that you're writing, okay, so that they're following you. Once you do that, the end product should look something like this, okay? So that if somebody didn't understand your handwriting, you have it typed out for them, explaining each one of the parts, basically what you just went over, okay? That's part 1.